I already know today's going to be a bit unhinged.
Hello, I'm Kenny JD, content creator, nosy bitch, as well as indie musician.
What's up, man? It's Shawn Pecas, the ultimate dot connector.
And welcome to Connect the Dots. Connect the Dots is an incredibly special set of conversations where we discuss not only what happens on the court, in the booth, or behind the scenes, but also take an unfiltered look at stardom and culture.
You can't learn funny in school, you can learn comedy. I know plenty of people went to school to get a background.
We get to know who people are, what drives them, inspires them, motivates them, makes them into fully fleshed out people. A real humanistic look at those you know and love.
If I wasn't a comedian, I'd be a professional sugar daddy.
Trio aficionado.
So here's the story. Hey, that's how we got it edited out.
Shout outs to our partners C4 Smart Energy and PrizePicks. Love you all. Hey, it's me, Kenny JD,
And your man, Big Pecas.
here with Connect the Dots.
Today, we have one of the most inspiring athletes I've ever met. Someone who's truly changing the game. World tennis star and real hip-hop lover. My man, Frances Tiafoe. We call him Big Foe. We went down to see the king at DMV, University of Maryland. Shout out to Coach Willard. What's up, Coach? And the entire team at Maryland for the hospitality as always.
This conversation was amazing. I was watching Breakpoint right before, and it doesn't do this story justice at all. So seeing him up front, up close to tell his story was incredible. Also, him and his girlfriend are very adorable. So shout outs to C4 Smart Energy for getting me up for this very early flight. I had to get up at 4 a.m. And let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to the Connect the Dots podcast. And this week, we are talking to basically legend in the making, tennis extraordinaire, Tiafoe.
Frances Tiafoe, top 10. I believe he's top 10, Kenny, in the country, voted top 10 right now for USTA, which I think is amazing. I think the great thing, we got to go to a U.S. Open, right? Like,
We do.
You and I got to go this summer. We got to go have the whole full experience. Go to like the first round, see a couple of the guys. By the way, the food is amazing, the ambiance. We'll go grab us some little hats and stuff like that, and wear cute little outfits and grab a couple of brewskis, some C4 before we get up in there. You know what I mean? And just chill. I think that'd be cool. So that way we can have this relationship with Tiafoe go further than it already did. What were some of the things that you loved about him when we had the conversation?
I think the thing that stuck with me the most is his kind of rags to riches story, but not in like the traditional way. He's like a living pursuit of happiness story. And we touch on that a bit, and it's very interesting to see where his drive comes from and how humble he is. He's very nice, very kind soul. And I'm excited to see where his career goes just in general. Like including tennis and outside of tennis. I think he's really like primed for greatness in a lot of different avenues. So it was really great to talk to him. Because he doesn't do a lot of interviews, at least what I saw, or he does interviews but not as like personal as the one that we were able to get from him. So it was nice to see him in that capacity. I know you had a relationship somewhat with people around him and his father. I believe you were saying you knew him prior,
when I initially started working at Rock Nation Sports, he was one of the first athletes that was signed there. And that's how I got to know his mom and dad and his brother, who we give the nickname the Money Man. He was very young, and he said he would be part of Tiafoe's business later on and be the Money Man, which I love. I love how close they are. We talked about how close-knit of a family they are and things of that sort, which was really cool. I think one of the things you picked up on earlier was the fact that a lot of people who were around him and had seen him do interviews before, like he really felt comfortable with us. You know what I mean? Like he was laughing a lot. He opened up, and I think people said that that was one of the better ones when it came to like interview or podcast that he did. So I thought that was cool. I thought when you talked about his relationship with his girlfriend too, he sort of opened up with you. I thought that was amazing. Reiterate a little bit about that. You remember that?
I just remember their they've been together for quite a while, and they have this like very symbiotic relationship. She was also in tennis. And I think they really support each other. Again, I think that's the thing that kind of stood out the most. He seems to have like a very supportive network of people around him, friends, family, his partner. And it was just really great to see like what is the background of a person who does really well in the public eye as a athlete or as an entertainer or something. See who the people are that support that type of upward mobility, if you will, or that greatness, if you will. So I would also love to meet her. She sounds like a really great person, and her skin looks amazing. I would love to know what your skincare routine is, queen. So, yeah, it was just really great. It was just very great energy. It was one of our, I don't know to what degree we want to keep this in the final edit, but it was one of our earlier filming, and I think it was when we really got a feel for like recording in general, and then also we were able to make him feel comfortable, so that made me very proud of what we're doing here, because we're, you know, people are coming on and they're leaving it saying like, this is one of the best interviews I've done. I felt very comfortable, and so I appreciate that a great deal.
I think one of the cool things was we were at the other M, right? You, if it's up to you, you went to school to the original Big M. You know what I mean? So, but I think
but
it was
Maryland's okay too.
I don't want no smoke.
No
between
smoke.
the
No. No smoke.
But you know, I thought it was cool that the University of Maryland allowed us to go and record there and go check out the basketball court. I believe the athletic director came over and said hi, and gave him a jersey. And one of the assistant basketball coaches allowed us to use the facility. I think like that was nice. You know, now that with my daughter, you know, who I want to start taking on college tours and things of that sort, like, you know, went to Michigan. I can't wait to have you give her a stroll through the University of Michigan. But I thought that was really cool from him being from Maryland and them loving him the way, you know, like the town and the city loving him that way to represent him, for allowing him to go in there and be a free spirit. So I thought that was really cool. So shout out to the University of Maryland too for giving us that look, you know?
Absolutely. A lot of people, when they were looking at the trailer, they were like, "Were you in Maryland? You went to the University of Maryland?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a cool place. I really liked it." Everybody was very sweet. Everyone that was allowing us to kind of see the background of the sporting area, of the basketball team in particular. Yeah, everything was really, really cool. So big thanks to University of Maryland as well. And
Well, now that we established this relationship with Tiafoe, hopefully he'll make sure we're good with the hardest ticket to get in town, and that's the U.S. Open. A lot of people will tell you around Labor Day weekend, probably one of the hardest tickets to get in town. So when you know a guy of
might
that
be
stature,
playing in it one day. Like, so.
Yeah.
So
we know we got Tiafoe on speed dial just to hook us up with 2 tickets to go to the Open.
I need to think of what to wear. I never know what to wear.
Got to get your outfit right, Kenny. I'm
if
telling
you're gonna
you.
see, yeah, I gotta feel like I gotta. That's the thing that's stressing me out more than the actual getting of tickets. Like, what do I wear at a U.S. Open?
I think one of the funniest things was you know, our partner, our upper management partner Josh. His dad loved the fact, my man Joe, who's one of my close friends, he loved the fact that I wore my sweater over the shoulder. I think he couldn't stop laughing about that one. So we're gonna get some pointers from Joe,
like,
Big Joe.
Tennis attire. Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great episode. I hope you guys really enjoy it, and let's send it off to Maryland. Frances Tiafoe.
Fo, what's up, baby?
What's good,
Yeah,
Pecas?
my brother, man. Thank you, man, for joining us on
doubt.
Connecting the Dots, man. I really appreciate you. My
Thanks for
beautiful
coming
co-host, Kenny.
It's nice to
Yeah,
meet
yeah,
you.
it's
You're
like
so
that.
dainty.
I don't know, folks. She keep like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like starstruck. She don't really get too starstruck. But when Fo walked in, she's like, I'm like, my guy's a big star. You know what I mean? First of all, how you doing, man? How's your family? Everybody good?
I'm good, man. Family's well. Everybody well, man. So
Mom, dad.
That's what counts. Yeah,
I
mom,
love
dad,
that,
good,
man.
bro, good.
How's my guy, Money Man,
And
doing,
Money
man?
Frank. He good. He gonna be here in a minute. So
Money
we excited
Man
for
Frank,
that.
man. I can't. It was so crazy. Kenny, me and Fo known each other for how many years now, man?
You know everybody. Don't you?
2013, 2012, when I first walked in there to Rock Nation.
I know,
Nervous
man.
as who know what.
Right, we just like clicked immediately,
No
right?
doubt, yeah.
It's like sort of being like two kids coming from the same background, I guess, you know?
Exactly,
And I love that you came in there with your whole family, your brother.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
always talked about how your brother's gonna be big. He's like, yo, Peck, my brother's gonna be big, but I'm the money man. I'm taking care of everything for him. And you love to see that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So love and respect for that. It's just so crazy. So time going forward, I would always see you, right? Like, see you, like, I'm like, yo, people would bug out when they'd be like, I really know Fo, like, that's my man. So we saw each other at the All-Star game.
That
right?
was
Which
good to
dope.
reconnect. That was
We had a little
definitely
reconnect.
Yeah.
You was already out there doing your little 1-2 on the celebrity basketball joint. I said, Fo better be focused. Something
Nah,
go down
exactly.
here. You know what I mean? Money Man gonna be out here sweeping people up, baby.
You don't want that.
But I love that. And I think that's amazing about that with you is that I was able to like know you from like a young kid, but I was able to also just see your the way you took your sport and your business and you took it serious. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
100%,
And you helped
100%.
it grow. And I think one of the things that we spoke about or why we connected was how we came up, right? Like I thought it was cool. Like you could tell we were both kids. Like, you know, I was sort of in a medium executive level position at Rock Nation at that time. But we clicked because we felt like, damn, we were two kids who came from the bottom and was able to, you know, start
something
making roll
shake,
through
yeah.
family, right?
Yeah,
Through
exactly,
family.
yeah.
So can you just give us a little rundown? Like I grew up coming out of a place from hanging out in the streets. Like my place was Kips Bay Boys Club in the Bronx.
Right.
Shout out to my man Frank Sanchez, who now runs the whole Boys and Girls Club of America on a national level. But can you give us a little bit about your story, man, and how the tennis center was important to you for your life, and what are some of the roads that you took or that you had to go to get there?
Yeah, tennis center changed my life dramatically. Obviously, you know, both my parents being from West Africa, Sierra Leone, and they met here in the States. They had me, my twin brother, in '98, and you know, my dad was a maintenance worker at the time, construction worker at the time, helped build the academy, which is the tennis center now, in '99, and then.
Like literally help.
I'm talking about hands
out there,
like,
getting
one of
busy.
the main dudes like tell like let's get this done. That was a long project. They finally got it open, and when it got open, him and mom were together at the time, and he lived at the tennis center for like 16 years.
Wow.
And my mom was working 2 jobs as a nurse, and you know when she would work through the nights, I would be staying there with my brother overnight. So we stayed there like 3 times a week. So growing up, I spent a lot of time around the tennis center. And my parents were like, it's good to get these guys in this area, you know, get them out the hood, whatever, so they ain't doing dumb shit. And, yeah, and we just fell in love with tennis. They didn't push it on us at all. They was just like, look, you got this opportunity if you want to do it. And I just took a liking to it.
You know what? I'm probably gonna ask you a real tough question, man. And I apologize for this, and I hope we don't get in any trouble or this gets cut or anybody gets upset. But as a black man, as a tennis player, do you respect them niggas who play paddle and all that stuff?
Hell nah, bro.
Do you respect those guys who play
Hell
paddle?
nah.
Tell me, if a guy roll up or he's like, I'm a pro paddle player, do you give him props or?
Pickleball. Come on, bro. Get that. You want to be tennis player that was ass, so you took it over there. That's exactly what that is, man. Like we tennis players. We like, come on, man. Like y'all ain't. I respect like all them dudes who like on the business side of it because we're growing so much in America, but man, them dudes, I would never just go casual walk that shit. Hell no. You heard it here first. Hell no.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you why. I got about 36 professional softball championships, okay? All right? So one story is we were at spring training with the Yankees. So McCann, who was the back catcher at the time, had a UFC party at his crib to watch the fight, the UFC fight. So I go over there with CC, Dylan Bertantes, and a lot of the Yankees at that time,
Shout out
Aaron
to
Judge,
CC.
all of us. And so they start talking about softball, like dissing it, right? And I'm like, yo, how y'all gonna diss softball? I got like 38 championships.
I love
You know
how
what
the
I mean?
number is never the same.
Yeah,
I got 62 every time.
All right, don't worry. I got a lot, Kenny. You're supposed to be on my team, Kenny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The same
so
number.
we all talking. I'm talking big shit, folks. What are you talking about? Cece's like, yo, bro, stop with the softball, bro. So they saying, all right, Pecas, talk to us. What's so good or hard about softball? I'm like, yo, bro, it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. So we talking. They go, all right, how fast do they pitch the ball? I'm like 40 miles an hour. They're like, get out of here. They were killing me. When I tell you they killed us the whole night. But crazy story is when CC retired, I was telling him, I was like, all right, watch when y'all all retire. Y'all all gonna play in like celebrity softball games. And when CC did it, when he retired, he said, yo, bro, it was the hardest adjustment for him to have to make. I'm telling you, from swinging
From
90.
yeah.
So I know what it is to be a paddle guy. Don't diss the paddle guy.
I knew exactly where you were going with it.
We're excited to announce that C4 Smart Energy is the official energy drink sponsor for Connect the Dots podcast.
It's harder than ever to stay focused these days. With endless distractions and short attention span, it can feel impossible to stop scrolling and get work done. Thankfully, C4 Energy has reinvented the energy drink game with C4 Smart Energy, the only energy drink clinically proven to provide enhanced mental focus. C4 Smart Energy is formulated with 200 milligrams of natural caffeine from green coffee beans, plus potassium, niacin, and vitamin B12 to support well-being and help you feel your best, all while boosting metabolism. But the thing that makes C4 Smart Energy stand out from all the other energy drinks is the use of cognizin, a clinically studied ingredient that enhances mental focus by supporting attention, focus, and recall. From your brain to your body, C4 Smart Energy is truly the energy drink that does it all and tastes amazing. Go grab a can and share on social media, tagging at C4 Energy and the Connect the Dots podcast, and show us how Smart Energy helps you stay focused. And now for a C4 Smart Energy moment, talking to Frances Tiafoe about where he finds his inspiration, where he finds his focus to be great.
I was just thinking, like, when you were kind of talking about your parents didn't necessarily push you into doing it. I was curious, like, did you put pressure on yourself into doing it because you were there, or because you thought of it as an opportunity to, like, get into professional tennis, or were you just doing it as a way to escape? A way to just have fun?
I mean, I was actually also really lucky at that time. I mean, seeing you talk about doing it through family, seeing what the Williams sister was doing at that time. You turn on the TV, I'm a super young kid, I'm watching them, they playing the Wimbledon final, the US Open final. You got a dad there going crazy with the signs and all that. And I was like, I mean, I'm seeing that story, I'm like, what's the difference, right? Like, I mean, they can be on TV and you watching it, like, why not run it back on the men's side, right? I mean, so I was like, how cool would that be? I'm looking at the environment and how we doing it. And I was like, I'm telling my parents, like, I want to change everybody else's life. And they like, man, this 11-year-old, man, you talking crazy. you ain't about nothing. And then, you know, time goes by and here we are.
You're what we call in the hood an opportunist.
100%.
And sometimes you can look at that as a good thing or a bad thing.
100%.
A person who looks at an opportunity and doesn't take advantage or full advantage of it while it's put in front of them, that's a person who looks at it as like a bad opportunity.
Right.
A person who takes full advantage of an opportunity is an opportunist, but looked upon from, good perspective. I'm an opportunist. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell you, put a great opportunity in front of me. I'm running with it, baby.
Take that all the way.
Right, Kenny?
Absolutely. I mean, that's how I'm here, so put it that way.
The Connect the Dots podcast is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. And they now offer Apple Pay for quick and easy deposit into your account this football season.
What's up, everybody? You know I'm a huge Giants fan. If you'd have used PrizePicks last week and picked Tommy DeVito, he came through really big. You could have 25x'd your bet last week, so make sure you hit PrizePicks.
Go to PrizePicks and use the code CTD for a first deposit match of up to $100. Big thanks to PrizePicks.
So I get to go see you with somebody, and we'll talk about when I got there. So he calls me like, "Yo, Peck, I need some tickets to the U.S. Open. You know, I'm the plug. Everybody, you know, I need this. You know that, folks. You know how we do. So
The quickness.
The quickness. So he calls. So he's like, "Yo, I need 4 tickets." I call my little connect. Get him nice, clean in the ESPN room. You know what I'm saying? We clean him up. Making sure he's not a general population and none of that. He's like, Spider. You know what I'm saying? So, but we get there, we're sitting down, and your dad was sitting like down with your whole family. And me and Spider sitting there, he ran up to me, bro. And I haven't seen your father. I've seen you, baby, like, how long?
That was easy, 7-8 years.
7-8 years. No, bro, he got up, he looked at me and ran up to, he was like, "Yo, Pac, what's up?" I'm like, "What's going on, Pop?" He's like, "Yo, I'm just chilling." He said, "You gonna come see Foe after the match?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Please come down." So I'm coming. He said, "Yo, tell Jay-Z." I said, "What's up, man? I'm still looking for that guy." I said, "Yo, Prop." I said, I'm on a different wave. I'm not at Rock Nation no more. That's still my family. You know what I mean? But I'm like, he like, "Oh, word." I said, "Oh, all right. Well, I'll see you in a little bit." We start laughing. But my point about it is that I love the fact that your father, your mother, your family, they knew who was around you and who was cool and who was there to just protect you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not easy, right? Think about how many people he done ran through or been
especially
in
now,
front of,
right?
especially now, like, you know, where you are with the level of your career. So my point is that it's so crazy right now how the black strong family is important, right? How it is
So
to be
big,
there
man, for these kids
to
nowadays,
be there
man.
around the kids and help them grow, especially in tennis. So I love that, man. God bless.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
And especially how isolating that must feel as a black athlete in something that tends to have a bit of a paywall even to get into.
Right.
So it's like, it's beautiful to see that not only were you able to reach that, but you were also able to do so with the support of your family.
100%.
Yeah.
No doubt. It's definitely a real thing because, you know, at this point, anything I do, it's like, you know, you're the first sense. Or, you know, like last time a person of color made a good run at U.S. Open, literally Arthur Ashe. It's been 50 years, man.
1970 something?
You know what I mean? It's just really not for us. So, you know, there's a lot of, you know, like pressure and what have you with that, and having them with me and riding the wave with me the whole time, that definitely takes the pressure off. It makes it just feel like we just out there having fun.
That's good.
I know when we had reunited again at this past U.S. Open, like I said, me and Spider, we went to the game, to the match, and then after we came down to check you out. And it was so crazy. I was just so happy to see you. And, you know, you always got this big, beautiful smile. Like you never changed. Now you just got a beard with the big, beautiful smile. You know what I mean? And he's just a little more diesel now. He was a little scrawny baby before with the same smile. And what's crazy is, like, I've been around a lot of pro athletes, right? Professional athletes on all levels, man. Some of the biggest in the world. And it's just, it was crazy because when Spider hugged you, it was like the first thing he said was, "Yo, in your match, like, how many mistakes did you make?"
What an interesting.
Bro, when he asked me, I was like,
congratulations, right? That was bug.
I was like, what? But then I was like, because that's funny you say that, because I told my mans, I was like, bro, this dude didn't even say congrats. Like, he was just like, he was dissecting the game, and I'm like, man, that's greatness in his own right? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You're not just watching it, just like, oh, I'm showing love to my mans, obviously, but you like, man, like, you really performed well tonight. Because I really didn't make that many mistakes that night.
No.
And the fact that he picked that up for not his first ever tennis match, I was like, man, that's a different,
right? That just goes
tough.
to show, like, where he's at. You know what I
right.
mean? Because we really didn't have a lot of dialogue during your match.
Yeah.
He was locked in.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
All that did was tell me I'm sensitive, because I'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean mistakes I made? That one match.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my opportunity ass was like, yo, can you sign his hat? Can I get the shoes? Let me get the last Nike joints you got on. You know what I'm saying? But it bugged me out, and it just shows, like, when it comes to competition, man, and people who really, really win, you got to get into that mind frame.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
gotta
saying?
have that mindset, bro. You gotta have that mindset. Like, no matter what it is, you trying to see what you can pick out and gain, or what's the similarities between your sport to another. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For him to say that That's funny you brought that up. 'Cause I was really like, man, that's crazy. He said that.
Yeah, that was kind of dope.
Yeah.
So check it. I know we're in the DMV. We drove up from New York City today. We're gonna stop the tennis talk.
All the way
We're
up.
now we're gonna do you.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get into
yeah.
who you are. You're still a young
Who's
kid.
in
You
here?
got some
Definitely,
good things that you got going on for you. So I was driving up from New York today, and it's so crazy because I worked in music for a long time before sports, and I did radio promotion. So I used to make this drive up to the DMV all the time. So I can tell you every radio station when you leave New York, when you're in Philadelphia, when you get to like DC or Baltimore, 92Q, you know what I'm saying? All the hip hop stations and things of that. So shout out to all my guys at the radio stations coming up, Power 99 in Philly, you know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy to me, like listening to all this music, right? Coming up because when I was in the game, some of the artists that I dealt with was like the Clips, them being from VA. Who was some of the other ones? Some of the older guys from sort of like Delaware, Baltimore, Virginia, other than the Clips. Anyway, long story short, the Clips was a group that I know that you really love because when I went to the match, I saw Pusha T there. And I could never, if you listen to a Pusha T album or song, you would never equate anything tennis.
Ever.
You know what I mean? He's talking about different type of
stuff.
8 balls in there. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about 8 balls in his music and not tennis balls.
Yeah.
But it was so great to see him because I've seen him grow as an artist, and he's one of the artists that I work closely with, and I could tell you some wild stories. But it took us like three trips, maybe 8-10 months to break the grinding record with the Clips, right? And it was like going up and down the East Coast and hitting different clubs and stuff like that. But it was something that made me better because it taught me about how to, like, nowadays where you got to put the grind in, the work. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they make you take pictures nowadays and you can put it on the internet and do that other stuff. Back when I started out in music and stuff, that wasn't it. So who are some of the artists, either from the DMV area or on a national level that means something to you, and why?
Oh, I mean, yeah, like Push. I mean, I love Push. I'm a big Wale fan.
Wale, fire.
Wale, tough. Having him come out to one of the matches was also super cool. But I mean, Push was definitely, probably my number one. Like having him come, that was tough. I was like, they started playing some of his going to the thing. I was like, if you know, you know. That's tough. I was like, tough. But yeah, no, and like to see him at a tennis match, as you said, like I'm like, dawg, this dude like at a tennis match is crazy. But yeah, I definitely had to put Push. But then I got older, like I didn't even know I didn't know Pharrell was from VA. I had no idea.
What? Come on, bro.
I got growing up, that's
Pharrell, Timberland, Bessie, Virginia Beach, man.
That's tough. We got there's so much music and sport out in the DMV. We got talent out the wazoo. So
shout out to a lot of my ball players that I love from DMV. My man Jared Jack, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the guys I love. Kevin Durant. Mike Beasley, Ty Lawson, and them, you know what I'm saying? Some of the fellas, we got to shout them out. Whoever I forgot, I don't want to get no beef with nobody. You know what I mean?
Shout out B.O. because he showed love.
So outside of Pusha, so Pusha's the one you love? That's it? That's your guy?
I ride that with Pusha.
Wait, what about like when you're about to play? Like, is there a playlist? Is there like a vibe? Or just like what you go for? Do you get psyched up? Do you get pulled down? Like, what do you do? Or silence?
By the way, hold up. I don't want to get in trouble, but, because my man Bay Frazier's here. I don't want him to think we ain't shout out Mello, because that's just my favorite ball player in the world. But Mello's not from DMV to me. He's from Brooklyn.
Someone watching, how dare you?
BK. Mello solid, yeah. Yeah, we don't claim Mello. But he's solid as hell.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, it all really depends. I mean, like kind of like where I am, like I mean, like this year during the US Open, I was playing some Biggie, some Baby. I'm really diverse. When I knew certain people was coming to the match, I'll play them. Like I knew Pusha was coming to the match, and would listen to Push.
That doesn't make it more frightening.
I knew Meek was coming with time, played some Meek. Like I was on that. But yeah, no, like it's just all exciting. Like to have them come be a part of what I'm doing. That's you changing the game.
That
So
makes it
that's
more
cool.
real, like listening to them go.
Yeah.
Yes.
You listen to Dreams and Nightmares. You come out and the motherfucker out there. That's tough. I'm
Yo,
like,
bruh, Dreams and Nightmares. That album is just so crazy, man. Like Meek, sometimes these people, when you're so emotional, like with your music and your lifestyle and things of that sort, sometimes people don't accept. They accept it in different ways.
Right.
To me, Meek is one of the illest, man.
illest.
Yeah, he always has been because you saw Meek as a young kid before. They always have the picture with him with the cornrows all messed up and shit like that, and his eye all fucked up from whatever. But then to see that transition to him to make these boss moves and
who he
help
is
out
now?
with reform and then helping people get
Different
out of
dude.
jail and just hanging out with billionaires, but not just hanging, but just like making
Doing real stuff.
Doing real stuff. You see that growth in a person, man. Yeah. So
No, I'm just like, what a story, man. Shout out Meek.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the younger basketball players too that I deal with at CAA, they love Meek. They think he's amazing.
He's the man.
He's the man.
He's the man. Like, shit. When I see you there, I was like, man, this is too good to be true.
What about some of the younger artists, man? Like the Shy Glizzies, you know?
Yeah, Shy Glizzy, man, he always pop out anytime someone doing a concert here. You know, Shy Glizzy gonna be opening up for somebody. I don't remember Shy Glizzy. I mean, to be honest with you, I've been changing my music much more lately. I've been way more on the Afro beats vibe lately.
Afro beats popping.
I mean, I've been on that Burner, Thames, Davido, heavy showing love to that side lately and rap. But yeah, I mean, I really like Shy Glizzy. What other young artists from this area?
All right. Well, listen, I'm from New York City. My girl Kenny's from Detroit. And we heard this term out here, but we don't know what it means. What does mambo sauce mean? What is that? What is mambo sauce? Can you explain that to me?
It's a real thing, man. Shit good, bro. They shit good, but I try to stay away from it, try to keep this, try to stay diesel,
You gotta
man.
keep your free.
But yeah, moms be having that with everything.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah. Like if you really from here and you don't know what that is, you ain't from here. Like, so yeah, mambo sauce you have with I mean, pretty much anything. Not literally anything, but a lot of times with wings, stuff like that. It's pretty much crack, bro.
So that's like I'm Puerto Rican, so we have a concoction too. It's called mayo ketchup. It's mayonnaise and ketchup.
Yeah.
So it's that
know
type of thing, right? Exactly.
That's tough. That's all the way tough.
So what else you got coming up, man? Talk to me. What you working on now? What's some of your other things you into, bro?
Yeah. So right now, brother, I just opened up my foundation a little bit ago. I got a fund, Frances Tiafoe fund out. Trying to just do that, like have more people of color play the game, make it more accessible. Cause the thing is, man, like what people don't understand, it's so easy to go hoop, man. Like you get 5 dudes, get a rock. Oh, like you see an empty court, you gonna hoop. Play football, see open lane, you play. It's not like with tennis, you shoes and you rackets. If it's cold where you from, indoor courts, you gotta pay for that. All these things. So trying to make it more accessible in schools and around this area, especially where I'm from, and make it like a cool thing to do. Right? Like you can do that. And then
How do people get in touch with your foundation? They can go online.
Yeah. So I got it within the
socials?
USTA Foundation, United States Tennis Association. They the one like running it, raising money for it, and my brand partners also putting money in my fund, and yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna like take kids around the PG County area, and even in DC as well, and the people that are like some of the best athletes run through some like cool games, whatever challenges, and some of the best people to come out of there. They will train in my club, and I would be paying for that. Essentially.
I love that. That's dope.
That's
And having
beautiful.
them-
Dope that you
and
give
having
back
them-
like that. I think it's
having them
important
do
too.
that.
But I think a lot of people don't realize sometimes with sports like tennis, right, or golf, or I don't gymnastics, right? We don't look at it as cool, right? But you make it cool. Like a kid can look at you like, yo, I can play tennis and
Exactly.
still be cool like Foe. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Still be fly.
No doubt.
And I think that's dope because what a lot of us don't realize is, one, it's a great way to get scholarships to go to big schools.
Big schools,
If
yeah.
you need help, if we come
Yeah.
from areas where
exactly.
our parents can't necessarily afford college, right? Not only that, but it's also a speedway or a quick raceway to meet business people, right?
Bruh.
Think about how many business
speaking about
people
that.
you just
Oh
met
my
playing
God.
tennis alone. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God, man.
That probably if you just came from another sport, usually you get basketball, baseball, football, you have to go through your tenure as a professional to really get to that point or level to meet those people. Tennis and golf can get you right there if you don't.
100%. The Adam Silvers of the world. That's the main reason why I've been so locked in the NBA. I mean, those guys, they love tennis.
Yeah.
They know it through and through. You know, every corporate American person, they love tennis, watching tennis. And as I've gotten older, like getting those relationships and really breaking barriers, having like I've been so much more of a business guy because of it. Having conversations I thought I would never be having.
Were you just thrown into being a businessman? Because that's kind of how I feel sometimes.
Kind of, especially as you start doing well, because you start to realize, especially where the world's going today, like you're not really making money just off endorsement deals, real money, right? Like start like venture capital. What I've been starting doing, I've started also creating a venture capital fund. And yeah, I mean, just having those, and also I've got real estate joint now too. So I mean, pretty much came into
Because like
that.
at some point, I remember when I was like talking to my bank and they referred to me as an entrepreneur, and I was like, well, damn. I guess I am one. They were like, do you have a beneficiary? I'm like, what? I'm dying? Like,
Kenny,
what's happening?
I'm your beneficiary.
We'll talk.
Opportunist.
Any conversation I'll feel my way through.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll see where I can add my assistance at all. Nah, and so it's like shocking. It's like, damn, I have to identify as a business person, and I'm just making videos. I'm just playing tennis, and now suddenly
Yeah, it's only
I'm a mogul. I'm an entrepreneur. It's not like that.
he's having definitely straight like that.
Don't sleep, Kenny's on fire.
Yeah.
When you get them 2 million plus YouTube followers and stuff,
That's
she's
tough.
lit right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Got
get
it
hot
up.
with her.
Oh.
I'm
Got
trying
it
to get
up.
hot with her.
You got it up.
All right, now we're gonna get personal.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
Say your girlfriend. It's been said like how much of your relationship with her has been like very inspirational for you in your career, but also just obviously personal life and stuff like that. She's also a tennis player. So can you tell us a bit about like how you guys met and like how she's been influential in like
In my life, yeah.
yeah.
Like, so 2015, one of my homegirls was like, man, you need to talk to this girl. I'm like, I knew her when we were younger, like through tournaments, but like seen her around, but like never really spoke to her. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm all right. I'm 17. I'm
Shy.
cool. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm cool. She's like, keeps sending me like randomly every couple weeks. Keeps sending me pictures of her gram, like new posts. I was like, all right, hit her in the DM. Like, I don't even know. I said something stupid. I was like, hey, I really like the city you in or something. She was at like St. Martin or something. I ain't never been there.
You was fronting, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I was
St. Martin
like,
is popping.
I ain't been there. I was like, all right, but whatever we do it. And then, you know, she from Toronto, I'm from DC. I was like, all right, US Open might come around. I was like, let's start rapping. Talk to her a couple days, don't talk to her, kind of do that little thing for a minute. Then we started talking every day. And then I asked her to come to US Open. She's like, nah. I was like,
What? Does she know how hard it is to get tickets to the U.S. Open?
I was like,
That's how you knew she wasn't like
I was
everybody
I was
else.
like, what you mean, nah?
She's like, I'm not jumping into. I like that.
So then I was a little tight.
like
I ain't
that.
gonna lie. I was like, nah, I was like, all right, well, let's screw this going. And then she's like, all right, cool. My parents decided they want to come, so now I'm gonna come. So she did it like that. I was like, all right, that's cool.
Dope.
And then we hung out a couple times, and then after we hung out at the U.S. Open, I was like, let's do it. But she's ultimately been so good for me. You know, highs and lows of my career, and then like personally, something that's always been consistent. I've always had her, and you know, I feel like every strong man got, you know, the strongest woman person next to him. So I try to just be a good dude and good to her, and ultimately just keep going day by day with it.
That's what I mean, man. Going to the U.S. Open, and he's still a good boyfriend. So if he wants to, he will. I can't get a text back. and
By the
he
way,
already
next time she don't want them U.S. Open tickets, hook me up.
Yeah,
bro.
is that?
You know
I
what
was
I mean?
gonna say I'd like to.
Oh, look, but you got ESPN, Joe. You good.
That's
Oh, man,
crazy.
yeah.
I saw you guys at the when I ran into you again at the All Star.
Yeah, it's all-
beautiful
yeah.
girl, man.
Yeah,
She's a
thank
great
you, man.
girl,
Super
great
nice.
partner. You guys are great together.
Yeah.
She's by your side. I love that, man. what's crazy is we were talking about NBA All-Star Weekend. So you played in the All-Star game, in the celebrity game. How'd that
was
feel,
that?
man?
Man, like that was.
By the way, I was terrified for you, brother. I was terrified.
Bro, like everybody was.
Yeah.
So like first off, I was training for that. Shout out my man Jack McClinton from around the way. Yeah, killer in Miami, in the rafters there in Miami. He lets everybody know about it. But but yeah, no, I was training like a motherfucker going in, and then I was like, man,
How long is the training for that beforehand?
It depends. I trained for like a good 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I was taking this thing serious because not like I didn't want to look dumb. I didn't want to get hurt. I was trying to. I was also figuring out how hard I'm gonna play. But then it's funny though, like, so we coming down the tunnel. I'm next to 21, and I'm like, 21, like, yo, can you hoop? I'm like, yo, I gotta go. I got a little midi and stuff. He's like, you know, everybody coming down the thing that's talking about they're gonna be MVP. Corday, like, yeah, I'm cold. This to everybody.
Bro, hold on, because you know I brought DK Metcalf and put him in that game.
Yeah.
When I picked DK up out the car coming from the airport, he got out the car and looked at me and said, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna win the MVP."
That's what I'm saying. So before even we got there, right? So we all in like the little joint to get in the vans to go there. And the only thing, everybody like, yo, I'm being MVP. DK, like, it was me, 21, Corday, and DK. And DK, all of them like, no, I'm getting MVP. And then DK, like, I'm dunking on everybody.
Yo,
And I remember you saying like, yo, like, DK, you gotta chill.
I was like, yo, you gotta chill. We about to sign this big deal. That's what I'm
We ain't got the bag yet. So
about to sign a $100 million deal. How many heads did he dunk on? He dunked on like 5 people's heads.
You would have thought you would have thought he was the new Vince Carter. he was going crazy.
Yo, and that was when remember, like a week before, he came out jumping up, catching that football with one hand. Remember that? On
Ballerina
Instagram,
pose.
remember? That was crazy.
He was probably the dude I was most excited to meet because I was like, man, this dude a freak of an athlete.
Yeah.
Only eating Sour Patch Kids all day.
Who does that? Your
Like,
man Diesel.
Like,
I go out with him. I gotta eat like 5 salads. I feel like a fat bastard when I'm sitting next to him. I'm like, yo, come on, DK, you out of control, man.
But it's also one of those things. You got like I would say like 15,000, 16,000 people in there, and usually I got racket in my hand, so I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Right.
Like I'm coming in here like, not to mention you got dudes you look up to on the sideline. So I'm like, man, I'm a little like nervous. I was like, man, I'm in shoot around. I'm like, man, I'm like. 21, like, you good? Like, I was like, nah, not really, bro.
Like, bro, I'm black and I'm a pro tennis player.
Yeah, like,
I didn't waste my time playing basketball.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, God damn. But no, it was ultimately fun. Everybody had a good time, and yeah, it was an experience that I'm gonna remember forever.
I'm not gonna lie,
parties
Kenny.
were like that.
Folk guy, he went out there and did his thing, because you can really go out there and embarrass yourself.
Embarrass,
See
yeah.
people like it's different. When you're sitting there watching a basketball game or even a tennis match, and you got people like myself who will talk shit, but if I had to go on the basketball court, I'm definitely embarrassing myself.
Yeah.
I'm not running up and down. Shit is long.
Yeah, like, bro, it's real. You run up and down the court, like, you
You need cardio for that.
Yeah, that shit, and then it's like standard court size. It's not because we were playing.
This is real game.
We were in Utah, right?
Yeah.
We were playing in the Utah Utes college gym.
Yeah.
So it's regulation. That shit is no joke.
Yeah.
I was tired looking at the motherfuckers run up and down the court. Imagine that. I remember one year Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. He blew his leg out.
Damn.
He blew his whole knee out. We had a party. I think Melo threw a party. Him, CP3, and D Wade, they threw a party at Tao. And Jesse Williams came. You sitting there, your man sitting there with a big ass brace on his leg and everything. Looking nuts. I'm like,
elevating the knee and
supposed
shit.
to be in the hospital, man.
You do it,
sitting
bro.
at the party like, yo, fam, he's done. He can't shoot the TV show. Probably lost about $200,000 an episode.
Yeah, like that.
Yo.
That's when he started taking up Quinn ads.
Oh,
Bad as shit, bro.
If that's the person I'm thinking of.
no, Jesse Williams, you know, the light-skinned brother from.
Yeah. God bless him.
Kenny be knowing all the wild shows.
Yeah,
How does shit just be coming
Let me
up the-
double check that before he gonna be like, excuse me. I was not.
Well, also weekend probably one of the most fun weekends,
Yo,
man.
bruh.
Like, dog, like it's like all the people like you look up to, whatever. Everybody there, everybody looking fly as hell. Everybody got the Jordans on. Everybody looking fresh. And then it's like it's just greatness, like showing love to greatness, right?
Yeah.
And all in one space and connecting and seeing like all that real love is so close knit. So
Yeah.
that was dope for me to see, and dope to see all the love that people watch and really care for.
When
So,
you, all right, so we got to be real. Come on, because, like, it's not like we're embarrassed about anything. But, I've worked with entertainers a long time in my life on every level. I still groupie out once in a while. Not groupie, but in my mind. Be like,
No, there be people dick riding for sure.
Fuck
Yeah.
it, I ain't gonna lie, I'm grouping out sometimes. But it happens. So at the NBA All-Star, who's a person that you saw for like the first time or had the first interaction with that you was like, yo, fam, you know who I'm talking to?
Bro, you know what's so funny? Because during that 1 year, my first US Open run, like I always tell my girl, like my crush was Gabrielle Union.
Yo, that's my man's wife, bro.
Shout out D-Wade, all love, bro. Like D-Wade, he was my Koga All-Star. Like that's my dog. I'm gonna text you after the show. Like you my dog. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, Flash, you one of the coldest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even gonna hit her. Like, when she followed me back, I almost didn't even follow back too. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, to see her, I was like, yo, I'll leave your ass for her any day. So when we get to the game, she's sitting right there, I look at her head, and she's like, oh hell no. But that was just that. I mean, I'm a huge Shaq fan, not only for like who he was, like what he did, but like who he is, how funny he is, how much he gives back. So like seeing him courtside, him knowing who I was pretty cool. Chris Tucker, also major fan.
Oh yeah, Chris Tucker.
All the rush hours
when
and shit like
Kenny,
that.
when you go to NBA All-Star,
I know,
all
it's
the
crazy.
big superstars are there, right?
Crazy.
They all there. They all there. So that was probably those two were probably because in between that, like I mean Hoopers I've seen, but probably the person I like always lose is Bron. Like I see Bron like my teeth start getting a little sweaty. I'm like yo, that's Bron. That's tough. Like that dude. That dude's the one. So
Yeah, Bron is the man.
Bron is the man.
I would like to clarify, I was correct. He did something called the Misty Door.
Oh,
With Quinn. So I might have to follow up more research. Anyway, okay, yes.
Shout out to Bron.
Shout
Shout out to Bron, man. Shout out to
No,
Bron.
Jesse.
What about you?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. Because of where I work, in sports at CAA, I was able to spend a lot of time with Melo, D, and CP3 in different scenarios. So they used to throw
those
like
like Three Stooges, right?
Yeah. They used to they do like these dinners for when like athletes retired, like or they'll be like their last year before retirement or their last All-Star, and they put me in these intimate rooms with people like, sir, you would never fucking think you're sitting there. I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan in the world. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't. I just not because he was a Laker. I'm a New York Knicks guy. Melo's my favorite basketball player. And D Wade. I'm a loyal guy. Those are my guys, right? But more Melo because he was New York Knicks and we family and
Now Melo's a legend.
yeah, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? But
Pump fake Melo, baby.
the crazy thing is that, and then Kobe to me he wasn't like I had met with Melo a couple times, but he's not an open person. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't know him. You don't know.
Nah, I hit it. Yeah.
So cool. We have this dinner. I'm sitting with my man Bay and them. We're chilling. We're very close. It's like a table like this. It's like me. Melo was sitting inside. I think Bay was right here. And then Melo and then D, because they had to get up and do like. By the way, they played maybe a 15-minute sizzle reel, a 15-minute sizzle reel on Kobe with 5 or 3 minutes each. One of Kobe cooking Melo, one of Kobe cooking D Wade, and one of Kobe cooking CP3. But let me explain to you, it was their dinner. They did it to show their friends and who they loved, and put them up on the pedestal. But it was ill because the moment that I had where I really groupied out and I got the picture was we were all sitting there talking, and every time one of the pieces came up, his wife was with him, Vanessa, and she was saying she would stay up with him every night. He's like, yo, first of all, when he said, yo, Peck, I was like, oh shit, now Kobe. Man, we don't even call you half your name. He's like, yo,
He
Peck,
call you
I'm
Peck,
saying,
that's
oh
tough.
shit, I love Kobe. There you go, groupie moment. They had the heart emoji eyes and everything, like a little girl. But he goes, yo, my wife, she's like, he used to stay up every night before he played Melo, CP3, or D Wade. with him and his wife till like 5 a.m. to watch tapes on them.
That's
It didn't matter how many years, he always did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are
So
three.
he had hella respect for them.
Hella respect. And for them to put that up there, like all the moves he's doing is like, it just showed you the different type of person he was. So when they were able to give me that opportunity, like I fell in love with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, when you saw Gab, you had some hard emoji eyes, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it was that moment. And I thanked him for that, because sometimes, you know, when they say you want to meet people and then it's not the same, he was ill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his wife and sit there, and then we took pictures and
all
talked.
that,
He was ill. Like,
He was better
that's
than you thought.
crazy.
Let me ask you this: who's more like athletes or entertainers? When you see them, are you more like, man, that's crazy to you? That's like a bigger deal for you if you meet like the pinnacle of sport athlete or the pinnacle of entertainment.
It's hard to say because I've worked with both of the biggest. I just think they're the same thing. To me, athletes want to be artists. Artists want to be athletes.
It's the same
I
thing.
was
It's the
gonna
same
say-
thing.
It's the same
And
thing.
it's
I was gonna
all
say I'm a
about. It's
weirdo.
all about. You know what makes them different? The individuals who want to overachieve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the guys who take the big businesses. Like, you know, they use it as an avenue to make big business. Like
Yeah,
Jay-Z
yeah.
uses music
Jay-Z, man.
for bigger business. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
Like
sure.
D-Wade, Melo, and them, they use basketball then to go really like post-career for big business. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to answer that question, like for me, I'm more interested in like who people are versus like their status.
Yeah.
Because like then your status becomes more interesting to me after I met who you are, because you're like a very humble person, but you also have created something incredible. So I think I tend to get more starstruck after I accidentally meet people. But speaking of like getting starstruck and stuff, Michelle Obama came to the Open. How was that? Did that freak you out? Did that make you feel like, oh wow, I feel like I'm representing the country or something? Or did you?
That's when I. So you gotta think like ESPN match is 7. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm like, man, everybody watching this. Like, city was going crazy. I was like, man, this is dope. Me and Young Bull, we about to walk on the court, and we had like 3-4 people just rush. Sorry, no, the match moved to 7:30. We like,
What?
U.S. Open 74. What you talking about?
Wait.
We was like, what?
Stopped.
They stopped us from. They stopped like all the mics going, all the lights. They like cut it out. Max at 7:30. We're like, what?
What?
Me and him looking at each other. He's like, no, we can't explain it now. He's good in the locker room. I was like,
Okay. I would have thought
and
that
in
was
my
a
mind,
bomb
I'm not
threat.
even thinking about who's coming. I'm so locked in on what's about to go down. So I was just like, shit. All right.
Wait, so
Let me go back,
how
take
much
another
time
shit,
did they
loosen
so
up.
you're saying your match was supposed to be at 4?
No, it's 7 p.m.
Oh, but you moved back 30 minutes.
Move back 30 minutes.
Got you.
So we was like, all right, cool, come out. And whatever, we put our bags down, we do a little warm joint. And I'm walking back to start the match. I'm like, wait, hold on. She waving at me like, and I'm like geeked out in the middle of the joint. Like, I'm like, what? Like, that's, yeah, like that. I was like, I'm here for you. Like, and then right after that, they put it on the Jumbotron, the place erupted. I was like, I see you after, right? Like, you go. And that was tough. I was like, but where Barack at? Like, he ain't too big time for this. He ain't too big time for this. So that was crazy because my mom was such a huge fan. They would meet her after, and that whole moment and her having such kind words to say. That's when I realized, man, like you really starting to change the game. Like, man, like I was like, you doing some stuff like her to come out and watch some tennis, like. I was like, that's tough.
That's
So
national treasure
but
for you.
as you said, like seeing her and how like cool she was, I was like, man, I'm a fan for life for sure.
You had a lot of like distinguished people, man, come show you love, you know, and I love that, man. Respecting it. It obviously has to do with how great you are as a tennis player, but it also has a lot to do with your heart and who you know who you are inside, bro.
Definitely, man.
And
I
how
really
you
love
embrace
that,
people. That's dope. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I always want to be remembered for who I am, not what I did, right? So.
Yeah. So we have decided to do very.
You see, I'm staying out of this
Very-
one, right, bro?
You got Biggie Pot in the
Very
first round. Damn. Like,
We have some disclaimers. Right. We have some disclaimers first. We have some randomly selected, so no pressure. randomly selected greatest of all time hip hop, and we're gonna do tournament style brackets, and we're gonna start over with Pusha T versus J. Cole. And say why. You have to defend. You have to defend your opinion. Or would you like to start on this side, where you can go Jay-Z
Nah,
versus
let him
Kanye?
get right to it.
Nah, let me get right to it. Let me not even run from it. I mean,
Guys,
put,
come on, man.
Nah,
Guys,
nah,
get
put-
He's sweating me over here.
I think J. Cole lyrically is crazy, absolutely crazy. So is Push. I mean, I feel Push's music more because I mean,
your guy.
he's my guy,
You
and
relate to him,
obviously I
that's it.
relate to him much more. But I'm gonna have to go Push. I'm gonna have to go.
All
Push.
right.
Cool. Loyal
I'm
guy.
gonna have to go
Loyal
Push.
guy.
Loyal.
I'm gonna have to go Push.
Loyal guy, fo.
Next, we have Kendrick Lamar versus Lil Wayne.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, both of them are so cold. Both of them are so cold. You gotta go Lil Tunechi though, man.
Yeah.
Like you be stupid not to, dog.
I respect that.
I mean,
Little Tunechi had a little more, you know.
you got way
more
more
time-
to it. Yeah,
time in the game,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
That's a nightmare.
so on this side,
That's a nightmare, dog.
this is very interesting. Jay-Z
Oh,
versus
yeah.
Kanye.
The old one or the new one? No,
I was gonna say though. I was gonna say take the question.
Hey, that's why we got this.
Take the question.
Hey, that's why we got this edited.
Let's also wait. Let's
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
somewhere
let me
in
chill
this
out.
clip.
Yo,
Let's no.
Province already over there like that one
As a
coming
dis-
out of there.
As a disclaimer, we're not putting in like anything in regards to personality.
Yeah,
just or controversy. Just
Yeah.
sheer talent and like people you listen to more.
Blueprints, the dynasty,
Come on.
though. You gotta go Hov, though. You have to.
All right. So it sounds
All
like
right, he's
Jay-Z.
Pop Big, I really don't know.
Jay-Z.
Pop Big.
Biggie versus y'all rude.
That's what I'm saying. Like out the gate,
Biggie
though.
versus Tupac. I have my thoughts.
Yo, bro, I got to fly to L.A. and different places. I just please note that this is nothing have to do with me. I'm totally putting up a sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Like his disclaimer,
Yeah.
so that no one gets upset
Need a
either
disclaimer.
at Peck.
All right, let's go. Come on, what you got, Biggie or Pop?
What feels right to your soul first?
I'm gonna go Pop, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And it wasn't
Wow,
easy to
I'm
go
surprised.
Pop, but
Yo,
I wanted to go Biggie, but
Yo,
like,
you threw me with that one.
I was gonna go Biggie for sure, but
All right,
I just got that Dear
respect
Mama
that.
stuck in my head. You know what I'm saying?
So we got
Wow, that's
Tupac
crazy,
versus
folks.
Jay-Z
All right.
then.
Oh wow, okay.
We got Pusha T versus Lil Wayne and Jay-Z versus Tupac.
I'm going Hov again.
Okay.
I should have really went Biggie though. I feel like East Coast
disrespected
dude,
Biggie.
East Coast dude too.
I thought you was gonna go Biggie.
I had Biggie. It was on my tongue until
I
it
thought
wasn't.
you was gonna go.
But it felt more honest.
I love Push, man, but
versus
I mean
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne.
I mean that dude is different, bro. I mean he was in Colorado going crazy with it.
Crazy.
Like,
He was going nuts.
What you feeling?
a winner though.
Are you saying Lil Wayne versus?
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
Okay,
and
Lil
Hov.
Wayne.
Got Lil Wayne.
So we got Lil Wayne versus Jay-Z.
Wow. You know what's crazy about this? People really sometimes
Put them.
me and Leonard Fournette got into a whole like thing about this. Like,
No, this is real.
No, this is
this
real.
not far out. This is real.
This
shit
actually
right
feels very natural, actually.
No,
They
it
have
is-
the
here.
neck to each
This is
other.
pretty good.
yeah, this is good.
Like, I mean, I'm going Hov,
Okay.
but I can see why people go Wayne though.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
I'm going Hov because I think Hov is the illest.
Our ultimate
I'm with
hip
you.
hop
By the
GOAT
way,
champion.
I just
is
skipped
Jay-Z.
niggas like checkers and just went straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, the God MC is the God MC. So we do this little episode
that-
where we
that-
pick the GOAT, like what you feel like is your best movie ever, your best album
Oh,
ever.
album?
Yeah, like that.
The volume is I can't give you a go album like.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Or top 2?
No, you can't. You gotta go.
All right. Top 1.
I do know. What you got on there? Let's go. Damn. Well, Volume 1.
All right. Blueprint Volume 1.
Let's hit that one.
All right.
All right. What's your GOAT movie?
My GOAT movie? Honestly, The Pursuit of Happiness. One of my favorite movies.
Oh, I love that.
Love that
All
movie.
My favorite
That's
movie.
dope. I could see that. That makes sense. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was heavy as a kid watching that shit. You?
My favorite movie? Nobody's gonna believe it.
Ooh.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
I love that movie though. Actually, weirdly enough,
Yo, bro.
That's not that surprising to me. I don't know why.
Really? Yo, Kenny, I love that movie. It's the craziest movie to be like. Fuck all the gangster shit. People laugh like Godfather. Malibu Most Wanted. I could watch that shit 100 times, bro.
Tay Diggs as a
Man,
as a
Anthony Anderson. Hilarious.
Jamie Presley. No. Who's the main guy in Malibu?
No, you're talking about
Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy.
Yep.
And what's my girl? She's in there too.
Ooh.
Regina King. Not Regina King.
No.
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall. She also from around the way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. She's from DC.
She's from DC.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, crazy shit. Literally, like right before US Open, I'm at with some rooftop joint. And I went to a little tacos place right across the street. And I walk in. I'm like, wait, hold on. You know I'm not gonna be kicking outside of like Rebel Taco right here in the middle of DC. I was like, nah, I ain't. Then I come back out. She put a hoodie over. I was like, all right, look, Slim. Like, I ain't no like fan like that. Like I know that's you. Like whatever. And her friends start going crazy. Frances, whatever. And friend was like, why you all? And I was like, yo, Regina, like we gotta take this pay. This tough. I was literally telling my homies like, you one of the toughest light skinned joints in the game.
You gotta shoot it, bro. What are you gonna do? You gotta take the pick.
So that was,
Hey man, some people might call you an opportunist.
Hell yeah. That was super tough.